chosen ones, this is not a suggestion. This is not spiritual advice wrapped in poetry. This is not a principle to consider. God said, "Be completely silent for the next 48 hours, not withdrawn, not hiding, not disengaged, silent." This instruction is not about muting your mouth alone. It is about restraining your impulse to react, restraining the urge to respond, explain, defend, correct, or justify. Heaven has issued instruction because something sensitive is being handled. When God commands silence, it means words would interfere. It means speech would disrupt alignment. This is a controlled moment, and control is required from you. When heaven calls for silence, movement has already begun in the unseen. Conversations are shifting, decisions are forming, alignments are being rearranged. Noise would interfere with what God is aligning. Emotion would contaminate clarity. Premature speech would expose what is not ready to be revealed. This is why the instruction came now. Because timing matters, and restraint protects timing. This is not isolation from people. God is not removing you from community. He is removing you from reaction. You are being asked to pause expression so God can complete correction without interference. Words spoken too early can lock outcomes too soon. Explanation can slow transformation. Defense can cancel deliverance. Silence allows God to finish what He started without your emotions shaping the narrative. You are not being silenced because you are wrong. You are being silenced because heaven is working. Your current battle is not external. It is not against people. It is not against circumstance. It is verbal. What you say next carries weight. What you withhold carries protection. Every word spoken now either aligns with heaven or introduces resistance. Silence is not weakness here, it is warfare. The disciplined tongue is more powerful than the loud defense. Heaven wins battles by removing your need to respond. God is cutting off unnecessary access. Not everyone deserves your explanation. Not every situation requires your defense. Some people only stay connected because you keep explaining yourself. Some conflicts only survive because you keep engaging them. Some doors remain open because words keep them open. Silence closes them cleanly, without confrontation, without drama, without residue. This is strategic withdrawal, not avoidance. God is teaching you how to disengage without damage. 48 hours is not random. God measures time with precision. It is enough time for emotions to settle, enough time for adrenaline to drain, enough time for fear to lose momentum. It is enough time for motives to surface, for truth to become obvious, for deception to lose its cover. It is enough time for heaven to rearrange outcomes without interference. This window is surgical. Clean cuts, no excess movement. Precise, intentional. This is not delay. This is divine timing management. You will feel the urge to speak, strongly, to clarify, to correct, to defend, to make sure you are understood. That urge is the test. Silence proves trust. Silence proves maturity. Silence proves authority. God is not watching what you say right now. He is watching what you restrain. Anyone can speak when emotional. Only leaders can stay silent when provoked. This pressure is revealing what governs you. When God silences you, He speaks for you. When you stop responding, heaven starts responding. Silence transfers the case from your hands into God's courtroom. You are no longer arguing your position. You are allowing heaven to establish it. God does not need your explanation. He needs your cooperation. Silence is how authority steps in. Noise is how control is surrendered. This is divine strategy, not passivity. Some people will grow uncomfortable with your silence because they were used to your availability. They were sustained by your reactions. They fed on your explanations. Silence disrupts unhealthy access. It reveals who was connected to you and who was connected to your responses. Those who respected your calling will respect your silence. Those who depended on your reactions will feel threatened by your restraint. This separation is information. Pay attention to it. Words spoken now would expose you. Silence covers you. God is shielding you from premature disclosure, from emotional decisions dressed as wisdom, from spiritual leakage caused by oversharing. This silence is armor. It blocks access. It deflects attack. It preserves authority. You are not being muted. You are being protected. Remain still. Remain obedient. Heaven is handling what you cannot see. Authority does not arrive through volume. It is not established by how often you speak, how strongly you assert, or how clearly you explain yourself. Authority grows in restraint. True leaders are not shaped by constant speech, but by controlled response, by knowing when not to speak, by discerning when silence carries more weight than words. God is training your spirit to move without commentary, to obey without announcing, to carry influence without explanation. This is a developmental phase. Heaven is teaching you how to hold power without needing validation, how to stand secure without defending your position. Authority that requires explanation is not fully formed. Authority that can remain silent has already been recognized in the unseen. Silence realigns hearing. When you stop listening to opinions, you regain sensitivity to instruction. When voices fade, discernment sharpens. Noise dulls spiritual perception. Quiet restores accuracy. In stillness, direction becomes clear. In quiet, confusion loses authority. God is recalibrating your inner compass, removing static, filtering distraction, clearing interference. Silence is not emptiness. It is space. And in that space, God speaks with precision. This is alignment at the core level, where decisions are formed before words ever leave your mouth. Heaven stepped in at the right moment, before you said something irreversible, before emotion shaped a narrative you would later have to undo, before words locked you into a position God never approved. This instruction is not restriction, it is rescue. God saw the trajectory of speech. He measured the cost of reaction. He understood how one sentence could alter outcomes for months, so he intervened. Silence was issued as an interruption of error, as a pause that preserves destiny. This instruction is mercy, quiet, timely, and protective. Chosen does not mean expressive. Chosen does not mean reactive. Chosen means disciplined. It means you are trusted with timing, with restraint, with self-governance. Heaven measures maturity by what you choose not to say, by what you refuse to release prematurely. You are accountable for timing now, not just obedience, but when obedience is executed. Silence is a responsibility, not a limitation. It proves you can be trusted with greater authority ahead. This is the test beneath the instruction. Can you obey without understanding the outcome? Can you trust without being heard? Can you stay silent while God works unseen? Can you release control without losing confidence? This is not easy. Silence never is, but it is necessary. Because faith that requires explanation is not yet complete. Trust that demands visibility is still dependent. This test is refining your dependence on God, not on response, validation, or reaction. While you remain silent, movement will occur. Conversations will change without you. Decisions will be made without your involvement. Dynamics will shift without your input. This is not exclusion. This is strategy. God is clearing space, removing entanglements, reducing interference. He is repositioning you without requiring your presence. When God handles things without you, it is because your silence is part of the solution. Trust the shift. It is alignment, not loss. What God is doing in these 48 hours cannot be interrupted by human speech. Words would break momentum. Explanation would fracture focus. Reaction would reopen closed doors. Your silence seals the work. Your restraint completes the instruction. This is the final layer. The protective covering that ensures nothing leaks, nothing distorts, nothing delays. Silence is not the absence of action. It is the seal on divine movement. God is not asking for commentary. He is not requesting insight. He is not inviting discussion. He is asking for obedience. The instruction is clear. The window is short. This moment does not allow neutrality. Silence is the choice. Response is the risk. You either align or you interfere. Heaven has spoken. Now heaven watches. Obedience brings covering. Not later now. Disobedience invites confusion. Not dramatically, subtly. This is not about volume. It is about alignment. Words spoken out of season fracture clarity. Silence kept in obedience multiplies protection. Heaven responds in real time. Not eventually, not symbolically. Now. Chosen ones, God said, be completely silent for the next 48 hours. This is heaven's instruction, not withdrawal from purpose. Preparation for release, not suppression. Positioning. Stay quiet, stay aligned, let God speak for you.